Stevens coming to you again live from Radio Row, and since I was 9 years in Minnesota when you were a young man as the offensive coordinator, Brian Billick joins us. He won a Super Bowl as a head coach. He was an offensive coordinator for the Vikings. He's now a analyst on TV. I mean, you've done so many things in life. What's been the most rewarding in your career?
Well, each has been great. Obviously, a career coach in the time that we had, both in Minnesota and Baltimore, and to get the Super Bowl in Baltimore. It was a great career. We loved it. Now, transitioning and doing the other thing, be able to stay in touch with the game, but not quite the same pressures. No one's trying to run me out of town here. So you get a chance to particularly like now this week, and you reconnect with former players and coaches and people in the industry, and enjoyed covering the games, enjoying doing the things I do for the NFL Network now.
Now, that's not a wedding ring, right?
Yeah, no, that's worth having.
Yeah. So you've been on both sides, and you have led your team. And what goes into this week, and how do you get these guys focused with so much going on? Yeah. You got your media commitments, but, it's still chaos.
Yeah, it is a lot. But at the end of the day, the organizations, they recognize you got to get a lot of work done last week, not the least of which is get all the personal stuff aside. Right, the hotels and the cars and the tickets. Okay, that your organization has to be good at. You get the game plans totally installed because down here it's going to be a little bit different. First couple days, like Monday and Tuesday, you just take it all in. This is like nothing you've ever experienced. Revel in it. It's great. But then beginning today on Wednesday, now it begins to start to feel more normal. You get to practice. The week should begin to feel, and the league does a nice job of now curtailing what your obligations are league-wise, to where it can begin to start to feel, oh, yeah, now I know. I remember how this feels. This is a Wednesday practice. This is a Thursday, Friday. Saturday and Sunday are 2 long days, like none you've ever experienced, because all that's going on and all the things that it entail with the Super Bowl. But at the end of the day, and I say this all the time, people look at me with a jaundiced eye sometimes, but once the game is kicked off, it's like every game you've ever played. Yeah, the consequences are different, and the outcome certainly is more noteworthy, but the game itself should feel normal. It's what we do. It's what I do, and that's what you try to work as a coach to get this latter part of the week, the practices, the meetings, and then the game itself to feel like every game you've played up to this point, and you've probably played pretty good, otherwise you wouldn't be at this point.
How tough was the transition for you to go from a coach to an on-air talent that has to have opinions? Sometimes you have to be hard, and players may not want to hear that.
When I made the transition, I made it very clear with the people I worked with, I'm not going to just criticize to criticize. I will critique. I will give my opinion. And at times it will have value, at times it may not. But I realized that having done it, that when I was doing games for Fox, my broadcast partner, Tom Brenneman, who was just brilliant at it, I realized when Tom was done saying that, the Rams went off tackle for 5 yards, it's 2nd and 5. Okay. Everything after that, from me, from him, from the coaches, is opinion. And that's all it is an opinion. Some more informed than others, and I try to give as an informed opinion and perspective as I can. And it's grown in the sense that when you're detached from a team, you have take the blinders off and a little bit broader view of what's going on.
Well, you're here also representing Roman.com, and for our viewers out there, tell us a little bit about it. It's Roman.com, so you can go there after this interview and check it out.
Yeah, you go to GetRoman.com. It's been fun to watch the growth of Roman grow as a company. What it is, it's for, guys like us, we haven't been to the doctors in 2 years. Most guys over 50, over 40 haven't been in 2 years. It takes a month to get in to see a doctor. GetRoman.com, you go and you get access to U.S. licensed physicians. More importantly, to guaranteed pharmaceuticals. 80% of the pharmaceuticals out there are bogus. That's scary to me. To have the confidence of your own home, to go and access U.S. licensed physicians. I don't care if it's ED, hair loss, cold sores, whatever you got going on, you get it handled with U.S. licensed physicians with the right pharmaceuticals at GetRoman.com.
That sounds amazing. And so what will they get if they go
What you do is you get actual consultation with a physician, talking about whatever it is issues that you need, help point you in the right direction, and then hopefully whatever pharmaceuticals you need, and we all have a wide variety of things that we need, that you can get handled through GetRoman.com and make sure that you're getting the right pharmaceuticals and that it's the guaranteed.
Wow, that sounds awesome. Is this how long have they been around?
They've been around, I think, a couple of years now, and it's an online concierge doctor, basically, is what it is.
People self-diagnose themselves all the time.
No. You need to put it in the hands of the expert and get it done right.
All right. So You've been a coach, lifeblood, but your career started out a little different. I don't think most people know you started at Air Force as a tight end, and then you moved to BYU. Why did you leave the Air Force?
Well, my father's career, military, as is my brother. I went to Air Force probably for the wrong reasons. And when I got there, recognized that my life goals, what I wanted to do, my sitting height was too tall. I wasn't going to be able to fly as a pilot. So I thought, geez, you're at the Air Force and you can't fly as a pilot. Maybe not the best choice. So at that point, made the change and went to BYU.
And when did you want to become a coach? Like, how did that start?
You know what? I can remember wanting to be a coach almost as far back as I can remember wanting to be a player. I grew up in a small town in Southern California where the high school coach was like this huge figure. 8,000 people at the high school game. I'm sure that had a lot to do with me thinking, you know what, I might be interested in that, and always thought of myself as being in coaching, and I was fortunate to live it out.
Do you ever want to pull a Gruden? Do you want to come back? I mean,
well, you
won
a
Super Bowl.
You want to give me $100 million? I'd think about. I always say, look, I'll admit, okay, I'm half the coach John Gruden is. Give me $50 million, but you got to fire me after the first year because the monies are guaranteed. Because now I'm enjoying chasing my grandkids around and enjoying what I'm doing now.
And a lot of my viewers, Minnesota fans. So you had some great years there and worked with a lot of great coaches.
Denny Green and the group that came through there, great group.
And so, what are some of your better memories of Minnesota?
Oh, we love
cold.
We have a place that we go back in the summers up in northern Minnesota in Lake Vermilion area. Go back every summer, have been for 25 years. Love the people, love the culture. Have been able to go back and reconnect with the organization a little bit. We put Denny Green into the Ring of Honor. They celebrated the 20-year team, that 98 team that went 15-1. So it's been great to reconnect with what they're doing there. And the Wolves have done a phenomenal job with the new facility there, and such a huge part. They love the people up there, and really hope at some point they can be at one of these games.
And speaking of 98, I think Sid Hartman is getting close to that.
I just did a radio show with Sid about 3 weeks ago. He's 100 years old. Just turned out, still doing the radio. It's phenomenal.
That's great. Well, Brian Billick joined us today. Make sure you go to GetRoman.com. It sounds like it's really awesome.
Yeah, we're checking out. It really is. You need to do it.
Anything else?
No, we're in good shape.
All right. Brian Billick, also in the Ring of Honor for the Baltimore Ravens. He won a Super Bowl. It's an honor to have had a couple of minutes of your time. So
I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Dave Stevens, live on Radio Row. Paws and Claws, of course, is our sponsor, and you can go to pawsandclaws.com, pawsandclawsnaturals.com. So Dave Stevens live from Radio Row. We have Lee Steinberg, the super agent, coming up in just a bit. Stay tuned, and we'll find you guys later somewhere on Radio Row.